Probably the most common question that I'm often asked is concerning workout programming. How many times a week should you work out? How many sets? How many reps? How long rest periods? And all these sorts of things. I've got a ton of videos in the Grind Style Calisthenics playlist that kind of takes a stab at answering some of these. But like a lot of things in fitness, it's impossible to really accurately give you the information you need without knowing you, because everybody's different. Everybody's circumstances is going to warrant a different answer. There's no blanket statement of if you want to build muscle, you need these many sets. Because for some people, 2 to 3 sets is gonna be fine. For other people, you're gonna need more. For others, it's gonna be less, and so on. So that's why instead of relying on just hunt and peck guesswork, like most of the stuff you'll ever come across on the internet, let me give you this rule of thumb that's gonna make programming your workouts way easier. One of the most fundamental principles in all of exercise science is the SAID principle, specific adaptation to imposed demand, which on the surface means that when you are adapting to the stimulus you're creating from your exercise, it's specific to that very exercise. Like, you're not going to be an awesome runner even if you are awesome at playing ping pong, and vice versa, right? Doing the thing teaches you to do the thing. But there's another rule that the SAID principle that teaches us that makes this programming stuff a piece of cake. And that is the simple rule that you gain that which you challenge. So when you're asking, like, what do I do? If you want to gain strength, challenge your strength. If you want to gain endurance, challenge endurance. If you want to gain wrist mobility and stability, challenge wrist mobility and stability. There's a number of ways you need to understand this, is because one, a lot of you are doing workouts that are challenging one thing, but you're hoping to get something else out of it. And that's not to say that doing like circuit training where you've got sweat pouring out of every pore and you can barely breathe isn't going to help you get stronger to some degree. But if you're doing something and you feel like this is challenging more of my stamina, not really challenging my strength, well, guess what it's going to do more for you is build your stamina. Or if you're doing an exercise and you feel like, boy, this really feels like it's challenging this muscle group, but I want to build this other muscle group, guess what that's telling you? And the other lesson that you really have to understand about this is that it's all about challenging your strength, your stability, your endurance. So the old question of, what if I did 100 push-ups a day? Would that make me bigger and stronger? I don't know. Does that challenge your strength? Because some people, that's not going to challenge their strength at all. It's barely even a warm-up. For other people, it's like way overkill. And always remember that adequately challenging something that you can do means challenging it, not driving it down into the ground. Because once you're effectively beating yourself over the head with something, doing more isn't going to help you anymore because it's no longer challenging. It's more like abuse. So that's what you want to kind of frame it in, is whenever you're coming across a new consideration of, should I make this change? Should I do this other thing? Ask yourself, is it going to challenge the very thing you're trying to accomplish and get better at doing? And if you don't know, well, then give it a try. You're going to learn real fast if it is. If it feels like, oh, this is definitely challenging my ability to do something, then you're on the right track. But if you're noticing it's not challenging that thing that you want to progress in, then it's probably not quite the right take for you, and it's probably going to lead you in the direction that will. All right, hopefully that clears things up for you. Thoughts and questions down below. Be fit, live free.